Fight, fight, fight. Here we are, the Matrixxx Groove Hour for Friday. We've got JT Wild here. We're going to be introducing and debuting JT's new song for General Flynn. We've got Carly Bonet, and she'll be coming in shortly. And we just, real quick, let me introduce my partner in justice, Mr. Shady Groove. Shady, welcome to the Shady Groove Matrixxx Groove Hour.
Matrixxx, Patriots, and odds, winners worldwide. So great to be here on this wonderful Friday. I mean, we are winning from sea to shining sea.
Sea to shining she. She to shining she. She to shining she.
She to sea.
All right, let's real quick before we bring on our very special guest. Let's listen in on Mr. Donald Trump, our president.
Here's what's okay. This is about corruption, and this is not about politics. This is about corruption. And if you look and you read our Constitution and many other things, I have an obligation to look at corruption. I have an actual obligation and a duty. What? Are you going to cooperate with the House investigation? I don't know. That's up to the lawyers. I know the lawyers think they've never seen anything so unfair. They've never seen anything so unjust. I've been president now for almost 3 years, and I've been going through this for almost 3 years. It's almost become like a part of my day.
Witch hunt.
But in the meantime, we have the best economy we've ever had. We have the best job numbers we've had in 51 years. The best unemployment numbers that we've had in a half a century. The best numbers that we've ever had. African American, Hispanic American, Asian American, women, everything. We have the best numbers that we've had in many, many, many decades. And you know what? People understand that. People are working, they're making money. If you look at one very important number that was just announced, wages up 3%. That's unheard of. That's unheard of. So it's a great thing. I didn't hear you. Go. We're investigating corruption. We're not investigating campaigns. I don't care about his campaign. As I said, I didn't think, and I don't think Biden's going to win. All right, I don't think. And maybe to answer your question, when you say who is going to win, I'd rather not make a prediction, but I do have a feeling about somebody. But I didn't think, because I've watched Biden over the years, and Biden is not the brightest person. I never thought he was going to win. I never felt he was going to win. If you look at his other two campaigns, he was a 1%er. He got very few votes. He got taken off of the garbage heap by Obama. Obama took him off the garbage heap. So it's one of those things.
Wow.
But I never thought that Biden, I didn't think Biden was going to win. I guess everybody has a shot. But I don't think he would be, frankly, my toughest opponent either. And just to finish off, I don't think that he will win. I didn't think he was going to win, and I don't think he was going to win.
Badly. Elizabeth Warren, 36. What do you think about facing Elizabeth Warren?
It's fine. I mean, it's fine. She's a socialist and maybe worse than that. But we'll see. I haven't seen his poll numbers. I haven't seen Biden's poll numbers. Look, Joe Biden was never going to make it. All right? He was never going to make it. He tried it twice. He's at 1%. There's a reason. When I announced, I went to number one, day one, and I stayed there the entire primary season. I never was off center stage. I was never given credit for that, but that's okay, except by Steve. The only one that gave me credit was Steve. Who? No, they were trying to set up a meeting, but he wanted sanctions lifted. And I said, you must be kidding. We had no interest. Rouhani wanted a meeting at the UN. We did talk. I didn't speak to him personally, but our sides talked. He wanted sanctions lifted or partially lifted, and I said no.
Mr. President, Democrats say that you are using the socialism in Venezuela for your political campaign.
We're watching Venezuela very, very closely. The people are suffering, and we are watching it very closely. We're also giving big aid to Venezuela. Now, one thing, I'm now going to Walter Reed Hospital. We're going to be giving out 5 Purple Hearts to unbelievably brave young people. And I'm going to meet you. Some of you are going over. I don't know. I think some of you are going over. So we can talk further over there. Although when we're there, I would like you to respect the process. We're giving out Purple Hearts to very brave people, wounded warriors, people that have been, they're just incredible people. And I'm going to be back here in probably 2 hours.
Sir, do you have an impeachment strategy? Sir, do you have an impeachment strategy?
Thank you, President Trump.
President Trump there.
Wow.
Man, I tell you, I really like this new method.
Yeah.
I like that he comes out there and just stands there as long as they can take it and yells at him. We don't need a press secretary anymore.
That's right. I mean, could you imagine? I mean, wow. He is the press secretary. He's Q+.
Exactly.
And I wanted to show this too. Breaking news: unemployment rate at 3.5% drops to a 50-year low. Wow, America, let's impeach your president, even though he did nothing wrong. Are you awake? Q post right here, guys, 1609. And Shady, why don't you go ahead and take that? I would really like to get this into the record as a Q proof.
Are you awake? Mainstream media equals the propaganda tool of the Democrat Party. POTUS economy, not good enough, impeach. POTUS job creating record, not good enough, impeach. POTUS GDP, not good enough, impeach. POTUS fair trade, protect America, not good enough, impeach. POTUS manufacturing, not good enough, impeach. POTUS record low unemployment, not good enough, impeach. POTUS tax reform, more take-home money, not good enough, impeach. POTUS save the world from North Korea, not good enough, impeach. POTUS stock market gains, not good enough, impeach. POTUS undo harmful regulations, not good enough, impeach. POTUS boost energy, U.S. energy dominance, not good enough, impeach. POTUS protect U.S. homeland, not good enough, impeach.
Impeach.
POTUS combating opioids, not good enough.
Impeach.
Impeach. POTUS accountability audit, Pentagon and reorganization, executive branch, not good enough.
Impeach.
POTUS protecting life, not good enough.
Impeach.
POTUS helping veterans, not good enough.
Impeach him.
POTUS peace through strength, not good enough.
Impeach.
POTUS restore confidence, respect of U.S., not good enough.
Impeach him.
All while under attack. Do you not believe the truth is spreading? Do you not believe they are losing their slave grip hold? Do you not believe we are winning? Silent majority no more. Fight, fight, fight,
fight.
Where we go one, we go all. What a wonderful day. A wonderful day is right. It's Friday.
Wow.
And the president has got them right where he wants them. Now they're saying there's no reason to do a vote. No, we don't have to do a vote. There's nothing in the Constitution that says we have to do a vote. Chris Wallace is just there, right, just now on Fox saying, oh, no, we don't have to do a vote. We don't have to do anything. You can't call anything. You cannot defend yourself in court. And that's what they're saying to the president of the United States. You're not allowed to defend yourself in court.
And here's the Impeach 45 timeline. Let's check this out. This was very well done on Fox News.
Later, with his wife Melania, the left has been hell-bent on taking revenge and impeaching the president the American people, elected. And tonight, with the help of media research, we put together what is a comprehensive timeline. It started just 2 days after Donald Trump shocked the world. We were one of the few that told you, yeah, it could happen, was elected. Take a look.
If he takes the risk of going to trial and he's convicted, that could be seen as an impeachable offense.
If Trump were caught on a video camera snorting cocaine in the White House, maybe with one of his children,
impeachable offense.
There was at least a chance he'd be impeached.
Listen to the words.
If he's not a legitimately elected president in your mind, there are tools that Congress has.
I don't see how that wouldn't
Congress
be
are
an
tools.
impeachable offense.
Impeachable offense.
That tweet fits
Impeachable.
the Republican definition of an impeachable offense.
You hear how they're putting this into your mind, guys? This is the narrative.
Tweet. Impeach.
Impeachable offense. This is the narrative, guys.
She is no peach. I mean, wait.
Grounds for impeachment. It's an impeachable offense.
Grounds for impeachment.
Perhaps impeachable offense.
It's an impeachable offense.
Is impeachment the appropriate
Perhaps
remedy?
impeachable.
Something through the Congress like impeachment.
Would impeachment be appropriate?
All of that may be impeachable.
Concern fag.
That's an impeachable offense.
All of it.
Is that an impeachable offense?
He got elected. That's impeachable.
Is that an impeachable offense to you?
Impeachable offense.
He's much more vulnerable to impeachment.
A potential ingredient of impeachment.
So vulnerable.
Where do you see an impeachable offense?
Impeachable offense.
It is grounds for impeachment.
We see it everywhere.
Potentially criminal or even
We turn on the news. It's right there.
Grounds for impeachment, or does that not go far enough in your view?
Grounds for impeachment. This tweet alone may be an impeachable offense.
Let's talk about impeachment.
Second impeachable tweet.
Impeachment is on the table.
Let's talk about it.
Impeachable offense.
Bullies don't win. And I said, baby, they don't. Because we're going to go in there and we're going to impeach them.
Wrong.
Do you see an impeachable set of offenses?
I mean, is this an amazing video?
Impeachable offense. If that's not impeachable, I don't know what is.
The president shall be removed from office on impeachment.
Terrible.
Vanderbilt.
Is it impeachable?
100% is impeachable.
Very substantial evidence that the president is guilty of high crimes and misdemeanors.
That failed.
Grounds for impeachment.
Tipping point, talk of impeachment reaches
And
a fever pitch on Capitol
it's
Hill.
October.
Red October.
To our friends at Media Research, helping
Man,
us
I mean, that is, you know, whenever you'd watch that like that, oh my goodness, is that infuriating.
Isn't that infuriating? But
It is
remember,
infuriating.
you know, we've got anons, guys. We've got the anons that know, right? We know. And real quick, let's bring on Carly Bonet. Carly, come on in.
Hi, guys.
Carly, it's Friday.
It's Friday.
intro music?
Oh my gosh, we need the intro
He
music.
was
you know?
coming.
Oh my gosh. Wait. Oh my gosh. I don't know. Wait. There. Welcome, Carly Bonet, to Fun Day Friday. We also got the real JT Wild, the JT Wild on Twitter. JT, come on in here, my brother.
Hey, everybody. How's it going?
Man, it's going amazing. It's amazing. And what do we got planned for later on in the show? Make sure, guys, everybody stick around. JT, tell them what we got planned for the end of the show here.
Well, the Field of Fight song, I took it to the studio, and
I was there.
Yeah, you were, and we totally revamped the song, took it to a whole nother level. When I talked to Joe Flynn, and he expressed to me that that Mike really wanted a Digital Soldiers song, so I ended up making the song, and the new title is Digital Soldiers Field of Fight in parentheses, and it's gonna basically, I'm chomping at the bit to release it. I'm gonna try to get it out before the year's through, and I wanted people to kind of hear the direction. This album is going to be full of different kinds,
You're kind of stepping out of your box a little bit, right, JT?
On this particular track, but I'm yeah, and I want to make something, I really wanted to make something that it can compete sound wise with anybody in the world, and I wanted to make something that didn't sound like it was recorded in a basement, that was just like as good as anything out there, and I've been really focusing on that.
Yeah, the recording studio was absolutely amazing, and the gentleman that produced it, fabulous, amazing dude, and I got a chance to actually witness it. It's a very professional-looking studio. He's got a good pedigree. He's done some really good bands in the past, people that you have known. I don't know if you want to release his name or say anything about, Lou.
Well, yeah, I'd keep him anonymous for now because he's not into all of this stuff that we are. So,
but we did have some good conversations, though. He does like history, and we did, kind of speak to him a little bit. He's an amazing, amazing talent. So I was just honored to meet him.
He really is. He really is, and he's worked with. He's currently working with some amazing people too. And me and him have been friends for about 15 years now. And the funny thing is we're actually working on a new version of "Thank You for the Pain." And
nice.
That was the very first song I recorded with him 15 years ago when I wrote it. So it's a little bit nostalgic, and we're just taking it
all the way around.
Yeah, man, and taking it to a whole nother place. I wanted soundscapes. I want to be able to get these songs in movies and documentaries and things, that about the movement. And I really want to just make something that represents us as truth seekers, really.
Digital soldiers,
and
absolutely.
Digital soldiers,
yeah, on the field of fight. And look at we know that that's happening, and you guys stay tuned. We are going to debut that just after our at the end of this show. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Share this video out. This is the only place you're going to see it, guys. And I'm very proud of it, JT. I'm very proud to have been there to see it, and man, it's amazing. Apparently, JT actually hit a C note, which is I don't think you've ever done that before, JT. So I think some of the spirit is flowing through you, my brother.
Right. It was that's what happened. I had rewritten the whole song the night before I walked in the studio, and I really had only sung it in my head, and I went in to the producer and I said, "Hey, buddy, I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but let me just sing it to you." And I got done, and he goes, "Get in the booth."
And it was done in 30 minutes, right? I mean, you did it quick.
I literally sang it in 30 minutes, and just I was just, for lack of a better word, man, I had the spirit in me, man. And I really,
like Carly's song,
I was going for it. And then he wanted to do these high harmonies, and I just said, all right, let's do it. And I went in and I hit the highest note I think I've ever hit on tape.
Yeah, he was like, man, that's a C. And he gets on the guitar and he's like, bing, that's a C. And you're like, oh my God. That was amazing, dude. That was amazing.
Yeah.
So it was really great to witness this collaboration. And by the way, guys, it was recorded on September 9th, which is Constitution Day. I want you guys to understand that as well. And, so we got that. So we've got some things here real quick. Let's just go through this. Carly, Anons have known about all of this stuff right now. Last stand, election fraud cases open, DOJ many, follow the family, follow resignations, business government, Biden, China, very important marker. Who made it public? Who really made it public? Who is making it all public? We are the gatekeepers of all. By all, we mean all information. Uranium One, Canada, EU, Russia, Iran, North Korea, Syria, Pakistan, Iran next. I mean, if that is not a cue proof of what's happening, this is the last stand. This is their last resort. Impeach is their last resort. We
kind of believe we've intentionally pushed them to this so that they can destroy themselves, much like Q has told us.
That's right. Absolutely right. We are witnessing the destruction of the Democratic Party and Democrat Party and all that. So also real quick, guys, if you guys want a retweetable video of Donald Trump's video that keeps getting taken down, Donald Jr. as well.
We got you one.
We got you one. Here we go.
Have you ever spoken to your son about his overseas business dealings?
I've never spoken to my son about his overseas business dealings.
Look at this photograph. Every time I do it makes me laugh. How did our eyes get so red? And what the hell is on Joey's head?
Boom. Boom, boom, and more boom.
5, JT Wild.
5 by 5.
That's the new song, Matrixx. Oh, wait.
That's it. That's a new song. So look at this photograph. President our Donald Trump can retweet this all he wants. Thank you very much, JT Wild. And don't forget to follow.
Anything I can do for the president.
Absolutely. Don't forget to follow at the JT Wild. Carly, what's on your mind today? I wanted to just let you know, too. I am really enjoying your Periscopes.
Carly has a new show on Periscope, everyone. And if you're not following her, she is amazing, by the way. One day, maybe I could get on her show.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I want on her show.
I want on her show, too, because it is not, she's knocking it out of the park.
I agree. And it's very good, Carly. Thank you so much for that. I think you are doing excellent work.
Thank you, guys. But you'd have to come to Siberia to be on my show.
You can come to Siberia to be on your show. I love to come to Siberia.
There she is.
I used
right
to
here.
be born in the prospect.
Look at her right there. There
Such
she
a
is.
Russian.
She's got her hat
And
on.
the trolls says she's a Russian.
She's a
I
Russian
did not
bot.
see this. You got to play this. I didn't see it.
Oh my gosh! Well, this is 26 minutes. But let's
I didn't
listen to
see
it.
it yet. I feel so.
Here we go.
I got my half hour to look at the Twitter at the Mr. Trump, at the President Trump. I like him very much.
She's in charge of the bot farm.
She is our bot leader.
Yes. Hello. I have a problem. I want you to help me with this. I watched this shepherd. Shepherd. I thought I was going to see a show about the German shepherds. I like these dogs very
The
much.
German
But
shepherds.
No,
I love it, Carly. So get over to at KBQ225. Make sure you follow her on Periscope. Get on Periscope, follow her, turn on your notifications. She goes on every night. Is it Monday through Friday, Carly, at 6 p.m.?
Yeah, but Monday through Friday, I'm going to do 6 p.m. I just don't want people to get bored, but it seems like my little Russian bot lady is getting really popular. So I'm going to be Karlushka from now on, and we're going to talk about the bead and the President Trump.
I'm going to be in Kazakhstan next week.
Now look, our beautiful Carly needs your help, guys. If you could support her by maybe buying her amazing CD, and I just got mine yesterday. The link is we'll drop that link into the chat here, guys. Angel Without Wings. The other one is actually sold out, Carly, or I would get that one too.
I know, but they haven't gotten in touch with me. I got a whole trunk full of these things. Also, I promised a couple guys that joined me on Patreon. I got George Casares and I got Marilyn, and they're sitting here waiting to go to the post office. So
Right.
I got plenty of those dream to extremes. I just don't know. I got to get in touch with Amazon.
Okay,
but I think
gotcha.
also CD Babies got them.
Gotcha. Okay, very good. And the one that I got was by CD Baby. Now also, paypal.me/Carly Bonnet, BONNE, KARLI. BONNE. Make sure you help her out. She needs Patriots to help her out, and she's doing amazing work. She's tirelessly on Twitter fighting this digital battle. She is
Every day.
a top digital soldier.
Every day.
And please go help Carly out. She's afraid to ask you guys, and I'm not.
Oh, I don't know what to
Say it in Russian.
say. Ёбаный кошмар, нахуй, блядь.
I don't think that was good. I don't know if that was good or not.
It's easier.
That was not
It's way easier when you get all emotional. Just start talking Russian, and it gets it going.
All right. And here's Carly's Patreon as well. It's patreon.com/Carly, BONNE, KARLI, BONNE. Please get out there and help her out. She's a patriot that is absolutely amazing. She's on the front line.
Thank
She's
you,
been
guys.
retweeted by James Woods. She's actually been retweeted by Devin Nunez as well. And, we need to get JT out there as well. All of us are doing this, we've been doing this for free for many, many years, guys. So, we just want to keep you guys
This is my
going.
job now.
This
This
is
is
your
what
job.
I do.
This
This
is
is
your
my
job.
job.
This is it.
Yeah.
My real job is dying.
Yes.
They don't even have me on the schedule this weekend. It's insane.
That's right.
That's because the universe is moving you, Carly,
Yes. And Patriots help
in the direction
Patriots.
of freedom.
And
Yes.
and Patriots help Patriots, and the Matrixxx Groove Hours helped you since you've been on this as well. We just need to help you out, Carly. That's all we need to do. It's that simple.
Thank you, guys.
No, absolutely. So I wanted to just make sure we covered that. And JT, we'll get your. Do you have a Patreon yet, JT?
I do, but I don't really go on there very much. What I'm going to start doing is, first of all, I'm almost at 10,000 followers on Twitter, so I'd love to get there today. That would be awesome. I'm only about 50 away.
Okay.
And then, but I went live on my Facebook last night, my JT Wild page. And I've only got about 500 people on there. So I was thinking of building that and trying to go live there more often, because I've got 5,000 on my personal Facebook, and I can get them over live, start getting more people live, in other words, and there's a little more options on the Facebook's live streams that I want to just check into. And I've been thinking about this a lot, man. There's so many cool things that I believe these live streams are going to start incorporating, with phone call-ins and I think a lot of really cool things are going to start happening in that arena. So I'm going to jump over there and kind of do both live feeds on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube.
And you can do it all simultaneously with like Restream.io. So
I need to find out about that.
I'll talk to you after the show.
There was a program. Great.
Great. Talk to you after the show about that. Also, I just wanted to do this. Shady and I were talking about this. Shady, do you want to set this up? Q Post 24.
Yeah, we were kind of just discussing the, let me just read this. Any person making statements that will not be seeking re-election was put in submission. For the betterment of the country, not all will be prosecuted and all will do as told. You will see more of this occur, not normal, yet disregarded, and even on the D side. So I'm kind of thinking that we want to dig into this a little bit on the assumption, Matrixx, that we are in control of all of them.
Yes.
And I kind of don't necessarily mean people like Tlaib and AOC maybe, but the ones that are there at the center of this, Pelosi, Waters, Biden, all of these guys, Obamas, even probably the Clintons. I think, man, from seeing what we're seeing happen in our real world, it's really hard to believe that these people are acting out of this much stupidity.
Let me step back and say, like, we were talking about Nancy Pelosi coming out saying, hey, we're going to impeach President Trump before they had the call log from the call, before any of that, guys. And they're not even doing a formal impeachment. This is fake. And the way that I read this is, we originally decoded this as, okay, so, we're going to see more people saying not re-election. But I actually want to read this from the bottom of the top to the top. You will see more of this occur, not normal yet disregarded, and even on the D side. For the betterment of our country, not all will be prosecuted and all will do as told. Any persons making statements that they will not be seeking re-election was put into submission. So if you read that and take that period and two topics, we thought it was just re-election. But if they're doing the betterment of the country, what makes a good movie? Great actors and a great script. And we just read you the post that says we are in control of all information. By all, we mean all information. So
which would mean that there really is there's no in theory, this would be the theory that they were told this. Yeah. You do exactly as you're told and you play this out and we destroy the quote unquote maniacal aspect of the Democrat Party, and you are going to do it. And if you follow the rules verbatim all the way to the end of this, then the people in your family and the people that you know and love will not be acceleratingly prosecuted. Right. They will be left alone if you do this. If you do not, then all guns are on the table. All options are available for prosecution, because what we know is nepotism runs deep in our politics, and all of these people have daughters, sons, uncles, aunts, brothers, all of them that are just as corrupt as they are.
That's right. And they're basically, we just found out too that Pelosi's son might be involved in the Ukraine.
He is. Well, yeah, he definitely is.
And do you remember this Q post that we just looked at, Follow the Family? Didn't we see Pelosi, Newsom, Getty?
Yes. And also, with the what Rudy Giuliani is bringing out. Look at the connection to Whitey Bulger's nephew. Okay, Whitey Bulger's nephew is, along with John Kerry's stepson, are on the board. And remember, Whitey Bulger was just murdered in prison like less than 6 months ago.
Right.
So so look at that whole case and what happened with all of that, and connect that to Mueller and Rosenstein and Comey. Those guys were in charge of all of this stuff. All of this stuff that was going on in the FBI, those guys were in charge of.
That's right.
So Whitey Bulger had some goods on him. They had to get rid of him.
That's interesting. That is interesting. We have it all, guys. Go ahead. JT or Carly, you want to?
Yeah. I was just gonna say, there's this. There was a show out called The Gettys about the Getty family, because I heard you mention that name.
Mm-hmm.
And in the very first episode, the head of the family, forgot his first name, Jake Getty. Anyway, he's a huge oil guy, and he is schooling his grandson to join the business, and he takes a whiteboard out and he draws a picture and a diagram of the exact way that they make all their money from the trust that you guys have been talking about. And I'm going to find that video and show it to you. But it literally, he lays out how they have the trust in his grandmother's name. They borrow the money for this company. They borrow the money for this company, and they can show a loss by the time it gets back around. So they never have to pay taxes on any of it.
Right.
And it's pretty funny because, I saw it right after all of the trust information came out. But you guys, we got to remember that this is going on with every one of these people. They're all using that to basically steal from our country.
And that's the way they've been doing. That's the whole system, believe it or not, that they had set up in Europe and that they've implemented back in America once they got the central bank put into place here. It's just surreptitious. In Europe, it's kind of just understood the way that they all work their funny money.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the trust, the family trust, the trust, the plan, the way that they've done this scheme and against us. The big con, guys. This is
the big con really in all reality is the idea of interest-based debt. That is kind of what is a complete con. It's sort of like, the Ponzi scheme that just never ends.
Right. All right, Carly, where do you want to start? What do you want to do?
Carly!
I'm on your page right here. Where do you want to start here?
I want to talk to Carly.
Oh, well, here, this one's funny.
This one, the corn?
This guy is on it.
The corn's to be cut.
Look at my hands, look at my thighs. I'm catnip to the guys.
Oh, my gosh. The corn are ready for to be cut. And I've been seeing corn all over the place, by the way.
Did you see Devin's Instagram last night that he posted?
I did not. Is he back in the field?
He found the he thinks he found the chupacabra.
Wow.
I know he was hunting it.
He was hunting it, but he thinks he found it.
It was on The View just a day or two ago.
Oh, God, he's the best. He just keeps going.
Hillary. I think Hillary is the chupacabra.
Yeah, exactly. But the photograph, I don't know if you go. Can you go to his page and click on the chupacabra, and then it goes to Instagram. If you see this picture, someone put it in my thread. It looks just like Abramovich holding the horns.
Interesting. Let me see. Okay, so let's all hope it's a parody. Oh yeah, that. Oh my gosh. Big news today. Oh, there we go. Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, chupacabra.
Look at that.
Yeah. Interesting. Interesting.
And when he was interviewed the other night, he was in front of a red tractor. He's always in front of green ones. But was it October 1st or 2nd he was on? He was in front of a red tractor.
Yeah.
So this guy is leaving breadcrumbs
And it was the
everywhere.
red tractor is, by the way, it's called International Harvester.
He's the best.
Yeah, that tractor he was in front of, that was International Harvester. So, you just can't make this stuff up, guys. Amazing. Let's take a look at this. This is actually disgusting. You ready to watch this, guys?
Yeah,
I know what this is. I think they're trolls.
Here we go. She didn't denounce it.
Because of the climate crisis. We only have a few months left. I love that you support the Green Deal, but it's not getting rid of fossil fuel. It's not going to solve the problem fast enough. A Swedish professor saying, we can eat dead people, but that's not fast enough. So I think your next campaign slogan has to be this: we got to start eating babies. We don't have enough time. There's too much CO2.
Yeah, so they're trolls or mental enslavement and brainwashed.
Well, look on my feed, because I got another video, and you can
Of
hear
the guy.
this girl's voice
Interviewing the guy?
interviewing the guy, and it's her voice.
Right.
So now they debunked it. They're mega trolls, blah blah blah. But
I don't think so.
he did a really good job.
AOC didn't seem to have a problem with it.
Yeah, she didn't.
That's the whole thing. That's why.
That's the point.
That's why POTUS tweeted this out and said AOC is sick.
Yeah, she is. And they are.
You
And
know,
they do
the
eat
fact that
babies.
she didn't, say, she came out with a tweet, this is mental illness, and blah. No, you didn't say that this is wrong or anything. You stood there like a deer in headlights and said nothing, and that's the problem everybody has.
Right. And she even retweeted that it was a great town hall and didn't mention anything about it. Wouldn't you say if you were going for candidate and somebody said that crap, would you say no way, you're an idiot? Or would you just let it go and then say, we have a couple more months and we don't need to eat babies yet? That's basically what she said.
C-SPAN was practically shut down last night. I couldn't even get on C-SPAN to get more video of her town hall because I think Tara was the first one to get this out, and Twitter was blowing up and things were crashing last night. It was insane.
Yeah. Eat the babies is actually trending, which is actually disgusting, isn't it?
It was trending?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Here it is.
But a lot of people were making jokes of it.
Mental enslavement. Do these people this tweet now is unavailable? Let's see. They took it down. They took the interview down.
Yeah, C-SPAN crashed last night.
Well, this wasn't. This was somebody's tweet. This was somebody's tweet that I had, and they took it down.
That's why, guys, when you retweet this nonsense, you got to
film it yourself.
Yep.
Burke for Senate.
Yep. They took Burke for Senate down. This isn't C-SPAN. This is Twitter. So, yeah, very interesting. Again.
That's why I always film these videos, so I have a copy. And also, I'm not retweeting somebody, and then they take me down, because this is my copy.
Right. So I want to also just show you guys a Q proof. Donald Trump yesterday said, "We are simultaneously fighting the fake news media and their partner, the Democrat Party. Always tough to beat the press, but people are beginning to see how totally corrupt they are, and it makes our job a whole lot easier." Let's take a look at Q Post 2901. Internal civil war, all-out assault against the duly elected president of the United States. We have never experienced anything like this in our history. Treason and sedition at the highest levels of office throughout many departments, F and D. Propaganda arm, fake news media of the D Party in full attack mode. No facts, only statements. Propaganda arm, fake news media of the D Party. Prevent, limit, sheep you from learning the truth. Propaganda arm, fake news media of the D Party. Retain control of the narrative, control over you. House D's in full attack mode. No facts, only statements. Senate D's in full attack mode. No facts, only statements. This is their last stand. Fear of prosecution. Fear of the public, you learning the truth, fear of losing power, bribes, blackmail, threats, etc., all being deployed. We are at war. Q, February 26th, 2019. And
that says
no.
that says everything that you need to know about what's really happening behind the scenes here.
Yep, and that's
right now, they're going to make it look like, if you're noticing how they're making it look like he's nervous or he's going off the edge and all of these different things. Every time they do that, it prevents people from actually listening to him that day. But the thing is, that's only going to last so much longer, because now the reality that Adam Schiff lied, the reality that Nancy Pelosi lied, is about to enter the bloodstream of the mainstream people in America. Not the news, but the people. The world knows this stuff already. The world media is all over this information. The people in America are going to be the last to know. But now they see them lying and direct evidence that they're lying. We pick up on hypocrisy really quick whenever it's blatantly put in front of us, and now they're doing that, and the snowball, the D5, whatever you want to call it, I think is in full on motion, and the president is sitting there eating popcorn with us.
Right, absolutely, popcorn.
You notice how how he went on the offensive when Q left.
Yep.
When HA got taken down, he's like been way more vocal and way more on point with what we've been studying with the Qs. So
now that everything is released against his family and the Mueller report is done, he has no binding. He's not bound by any contract. He's not bound by any system any longer. Before, he was bound by the whole Russia investigation, like his hands were tied. And now they're not. And like we were talking about at the top of the show, this is a guy who used to be his own. He used to pretend to be the press secretary of himself whenever he was just a businessman in New York in the 90s. There's phone calls out there of this guy being his own press secretary. So now he's going out and we've had Sarah Sanders has been gone for a while, but when have you seen a press conference with the new press secretary?
Yeah.
I can't wait till he brings out the line. He's going to bring this line out. Do you people understand that I am the chief law enforcement of the United States of America? He's like the chief law enforcement officer of the United States of America. He has the power to do the things he's been doing, and they are just simply trying to take power away from the presidential branch, the executive branch, and it's disgusting.
Well, they have no idea what they're looking at, JT. The media doesn't know. The media is just as dumb as the rest of the asleep people. They don't really understand what they're looking at. They don't really get that what they're looking at is a president who is going to act as a cop, right? We've been brainwashed into not realizing that the president is the top cop. He is the chief law enforcement officer. And if there's anything that should scare the bejeebus out of all of us, it's the idea that he's the most powerful man in the world. And look at what our American justice departments are doing to him.
Yeah.
Look at what they could do to any of us.
Absolutely. And this could all happen to all of us. Absolutely right.
And look at how many people it's happened to, too, Matrixx. Think about, the last 20 years of silencing people who've tried to bring whistleblower information forward about 9/11, who've tried to bring whistleblower information forward about Iraq or Syria or any of the other things. These people get crushed by Rosenstein and Mueller and Comey and Brennan. They crush them like grapes, and that has been happening for 3 decades.
And we knew about this whistleblower trap, guys. Anons knew. Again, this is the Mission 8 whistleblower traps. Jobs, I think that's John O. Brennan, 836 on 3418. Whistle while you work. So amazing stuff, guys. I mean, I just cannot believe, going through all of these different Q posts, more is coming to light, with the NRO stuff, thinking about that, thinking about how all of this is happening. It's like clockwork, guys.
It really is amazing, actually. I haven't got to look back through these posts in a while, and the very first one you got, that Shady read, that is just mind-boggling. It's it's mind-boggling that people don't put that information out. You could take that very first post, and that could be, you know, almost an article just in itself. It's like it's a full article of information where you just cannot argue with the facts. And
facts matter.
Seeing those facts laid out and how every single one of them is ignored by the Dems and the left is unbelievable. And it really just comes down to they want to rewrite the Constitution, you guys. They have been salivating. I guarantee you, if she would have won, we would have had a new Constitution. And
we wouldn't be here today.
We can't have that. We would
there
not
wouldn't be a
here
Constitution.
Today.
There is no Constitution.
No.
Yeah, it would be
they
socialism.
would. The first thing they'd go after is the Second Amendment. It would have happened after the first shooting.
Right.
Well, yeah. I mean, you have to realize that they don't like anything. Everyone, they don't like anything that America stands for. Because if you are a communist, if you are a socialist at heart, if that is who you are as a human being, it isn't like you're. It's not like this. It's not the same. There is a coldness and a heartlessness that comes along with communism and socialism that this world and the young generation in America do not understand. But there is callous, cold-hearted nothingness at the core of socialism. It is not anything to do with helping anyone except the state control the systems. That's all they're looking for. So whenever you're a person, let's say you're a Bernie Sanders or an Elizabeth Warren or Kamala Harris or Maxine Waters, okay, you are already a programmed socialist. You don't have any care in the world about electoral college, a border fence, immigration. You don't have any sympathy for the person who was shot by an illegal immigrant. You don't have any sympathy for a sanctuary city where young women get raped by illegal immigrants. There is a callousness there that the president is trying to. This is the line the president is trying to draw between the Americans who love the American institutions and we don't really think that anything needs to change. I agree with the Constitution. These guys over here, they want to throw it all out. They don't want to rewrite the Constitution and give you like some of these other rights. They want it all gone. They want every bit of this experiment called America erased from history. Now, that's what they want. And it's hard to recognize that, but that is the truth.
Right. And this Q post points it out. It's very simple. Without the illegal vote, D's lose. Period.
Well, did you hear Nancy the other day? She said, we're going to flip Texas blue.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard that.
Good luck.
I heard that. Absolutely insane.
Maybe Austin.
It's exciting. It's the dilution of the citizen voice, dilution of the citizen vote, dilution of national independence. Police turned against its own citizens. Citizens turned against its own police. People versus people. Controlled media prevent mass awareness, guys. That's why we are the news now, folks. And that's what president is basically, saying that all you guys on Twitter, all you digital soldiers are amazing and keep fighting. Fight. Shady, Carly, and JT, there's a new video maker coming out. His name is LK Dark to Light 2. I believe he's going to be doing some serial brain things. Make sure you get over there and follow him on
This is really good.
Yeah, make sure you get over there and follow him on YouTube. It's at LK_light, Light, and his YouTube channel will be posted here. Here, he wanted us to, this is a debut of his videos. This is unlisted. It will be in his first video. Let's check it out. Ready? Here we go. Oh my gosh, sorry about that, guys. Center the Arc. That is LK, Dark to Light 2 on YouTube. He will be doing Serial Brain stuff. Look at this. Amazing.
Wowza.
Let's check this out. Look at that. The series will be called Our Journey Back to Eden. And it's written by Serial Brain. Go check them out. LK, Dark to Light. Thank you for the honor of having to debut that. We've got a bunch of debuts today. But let's finish up real quick. I wanted to show this. Carly, you cannot say illegal alien or illegals with intent to demean, humiliate, or harass a person in New York City. It's against the law, and it could fine you as much as $250,000, Carly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm in trouble now because I did one of my scopes and I said it really loud, but I closed the window, so hopefully my neighbors don't call the cops.
But if you say it in Russian, I'm pretty sure it's not illegal.
Right. Yeah, and plus you're in Siberia anyways, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and if you say it from Siberia, just because you're using YouTube in America doesn't mean you're required to listen.
It's a VPN. She looks like she's coming from New York, but she's from Siberia.
She's from Siberia.
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 In Siberia.
I'm going to work on my Moscowese.
Carly, what else is on your mind? What else are you
go
doing?
to Twitter. Let me see what you got there.
All right, so we're going to Carly's page right here. Corruption.
All right, right here. Not corruption. Go.
You want to do Miracle? Here we go.
One.
Let's listen to
Miracle. Listen to what he says at the very end.
Fantastic increase for everybody out there working. We're very happy about those numbers. The stock market is substantially up as it was yesterday. And our country does well. Europe is not doing well. Asia is doing poorly, to put it mildly. And we continue to do very well with the Miracle. But
Interesting.
With the Miracle.
With the Miracle. That's interesting.
He's the chosen one.
We chose him.
Yep.
We chose him. We have it all.
But he's never used that.
No.
He'll say, my administration did this, my tax cuts did this, my deregulations did this, but he said the Miracle.
Very amazing.
With the Miracle.
Shady.
Is there anything in Q proofs that have the word Miracle? Because I just recorded this. I didn't get to, I was going to look into that.
Live dig. Let me go look.
Live dig.
I'm about halfway there.
Halfway there. So we got Miracle in the Q posts, and Milagro means miracle, an offering. This is when they did the small charms. This is all we've got in Q posts with miracles.
Oh, there you go.
So it's a description of the silver charm necklace, a 1980s long wedding necklace with Milagros, metal beads, Cowgirl Southwest. Interesting.
It definitely means something.
Interesting. Yeah. So that was in a non-post that Q reposted. Go ahead.
What date is on that one?
The date is 8/15/18.
Okay.
This is when we were looking at Vanderbilt's charms. Anderson Cooper's mom's charms. Okay, so miracle or offering. These small charms often depict arms, legs, praying people, farm animals, and
you know what's
wide range
happening
of
today
subjects.
too? The Supreme Court is hearing a case on, I think, Planned Parenthood or something. They closed down another.
Planned Parenthood back in the news, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that
the babies last night?
Yeah, did you
Moloch was trending.
Yeah, did you see we didn't talk about the guy that got suspended for saying that the Democrats worship Moloch?
No, we didn't talk about that. So let me find that.
Where was that? Was that in your? Did you have that in Twitter?
Yeah. Also, Planned Parenthood used a shell company to build a huge processing center, Planned Parenthood center, in Illinois, guys. That was kind of weird, right? I don't even know if that's legal.
Yeah, and if you're following iPod, he's been noticing that near all the Planned Parenthoods that there are FedEx quick delivery, mass, fast shipping lanes right next to almost every Planned Parenthood.
Oh, let's
isn't that convenient?
That is convenient.
Yeah,
let me just keep...
because if there's frozen material, the faster it gets going to wherever it's going.
Well, you see another guy in the news that they found all the frozen baby parts, an abortionist.
Oh God!
Yeah, there it is. Matrixxx right above
another
that.
one.
Next one up. Starnes.
This eating babies is not a joke. I mean, they did this parody or whatever to freak out AOC, but they're saying, this crap's in our potato chips.
Well, they're doing. I mean, people don't understand what's really going on. If in Asia, it's a delicacy to eat.
Yep.
To eat a fetus, and just to think about think about the Chinese and their need for their desire to take over the world, and what would they be? What's the mentality of a warrior other than to eat your enemy?
Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Ready?
It's very clear to me that the average American citizen loves this president, and they're not buying into all of this impeachment nonsense.
They're not. And look, I heard it over and over again. Like you, I spoke to thousands of these people last week. And the reason they support this president is not because they're religious hypocrites. It's not because they think he is perfect. They know he's not perfect, just like none of us is perfect. But they appreciate the strong Christian stance he takes. He is without doubt the most pro-life, pro-religious liberty, pro-Israel, pro-conservative judiciary president we have ever had. And they don't want to see this warrior, in a sense, removed from his place of leadership in our country. There is a fear that if the left ever regains control of this country again, our nation is finished.
And look, I believe that. I genuinely, based on some of the legislation they've been trying to shove down the throats of the good people of California, and then with this Equality Act that Nancy Pelosi and her cronies are after, I have no doubt that they want to especially go after and target Christians in America, Dr. Jeffers.
Oh, I believe that. I believe if the left ever gets in control again, it's not going to be incremental change we see. They have said they're going to undo everything this president has done. And think about what he has done in the pro-life area, the sweeping religious liberty executive order he signed. They are going to undo that, and they are going to come after conservatives with a vengeance.
I wonder if that's why we are seeing these unrelenting attacks on President Trump, more so than any other Republican in at least modern history.
Yeah, yes, I think it is. And look, I said this on Fox and Friends yesterday, and the president retweeted my comments last night. Look, the Democrats knew they couldn't beat him at the ballot box in 2016. They are becoming increasingly aware of the fact that they can't beat him in 2020 either. Impeachment is the only option they have to remove Donald J. Trump from office. And look, I heard this sanctimonious Nancy Pelosi this weekend calling for prayer for our country, praying for prayer. Look, that reminds me of an arsonist, a pyromaniac with a match in his hand about to set a building on fire saying, now pray with me that the destruction I'm about to cause isn't too severe. I mean, if he's sincere, he'll put down the dang match. And if Nancy Pelosi is sincere about bringing this nation together, she will drop this impeachment effort. Let the American people decide 1 year from now at the ballot box. But she is uncomfortable. She's scared to death at what the American people will choose to do, and that is to keep Donald J. Trump in office.
You know, we just assume they're praying to God. I'm not quite sure. I don't know, Dr. Jeffers. I mean, they booed God, tried to vote him out of the party platform. I mean,
well, and apparently the God they worship is the God of the pagan God of the Old Testament, Moloch, who allowed for child sacrifice. I mean, the God of the Bible doesn't sanction the killing of millions and millions of children in the womb. I think the God they are worshiping is the God of their own imagination.
What do you think of that, guys? There's the email right there from WikiLeaks saying, unclassified right here, with fingers crossed, the old rabbit's foot out of the box in the attic, I will be sacrificing a chicken in the backyard to Moloch. So apparently this guy's spot on. This is Cheryl Mills, Facebook and SES, Huma Abedin, and Jacob Sullivan. copying everybody else. And this is about Honduras, which is very interesting, right? I mean, you just can't make this stuff up, guys.
Don't
And
you
it's
love a
interesting.
live gig?
It's interesting. It's interesting how they come. We can't even say that. We're not even allowed to say that Democrats worship Moloch. I think Democrats worship Moloch.
Yeah, I do too.
I mean, he got thrown off the air for that.
Yeah, for the truth. And that's what happens
And
a lot.
he didn't say it.
He didn't even say it.
The pastor said it.
The pastor
He
said
didn't
it.
even say it. The pastor said it, so I don't even know, because Fox and Friends always had this pastor on. So is the pastor still allowed to come on the show? I haven't seen him.
With an O.
Oh, sorry.
MOLO.
There it is. There it is. All right. So perhaps he could not stomach the thought of mass murdering occurring to satisfy Moloch. This is a Q post. Q post 153, Shady.
For the coming days ahead, ask yourself an honest question. Why would a billionaire who has it all, fame, fortune, a warm and loving family, friends, etc., want to endanger himself and his family by becoming POTUS? Why would he want to target himself and those he cares about? Does he need money? Does he need fame? Why does he get out of this? What does he get out of this? Does he want to make the U.S. and the world a better place for him, for his family, and for those good and decent people who have long been taken advantage of? Perhaps he could not stomach the thought of mass murders occurring to satisfy Moloch. Perhaps he could not stomach the thought of children being kidnapped, drugged, and raped while leaders, law enforcement of the world turn a blind eye. Very key right here. Law enforcement of the world. Perhaps he was tired of seeing how certain racist countries were being constantly abused and kept in need, poor, and suffering, all for a specific purpose. Perhaps he could not, in good conscience, see the world burn. Why, hours after the election, did 7 people travel to an undisclosed location to hold a very private and highly secured, guarded meeting? Why didn't HRC give a concession speech? When was the last time a presidential candidate didn't personally give a concession speech? What happens if the border remained open and the mainstream media continued to brainwash? At what point do patriots and hardworking men and women become the minority? What about voting machines? Who owns the voting machines? What about voter ID laws, photo ID? When is it necessary and must be presented? Make a list, laugh, reconcile. Would the chances of defeating evil grow less and less with each passing year? What does a red line mean? Why again were the arrests made in SA so very important? What strings were immediately cut? Follow the money. When does a bird sing? Q.
So,
and therein lies the whole story.
There it is. Look at that.
Now, yesterday, POTUS gave a speech
amazing.
at the Glades. And if you go to my Twitter, I have the segment where he actually says, I had to do this because I didn't like the prospects of who else would be up here. And it all ties together.
All ties together? Q proof. Okay, Carly, I'm scrolling down. Can you see? Here we go.
Yeah, it should be from yesterday, so you got to go. Keep going.
Because you are a digital soldier. Look at you. Carly. Oh my gosh, guys, stay tuned. Coming up really soon, the debut of JT Wild's song. Oh my gosh, Digital Soldier, The Field of Fight coming up.
Digital Soldiers premiere coming soon. Stay tuned.
Gosh, man, I cannot
Goodness,
wait.
I post so much. You gotta go.
Do.
You are long-winded Russian.
Oh,
C-SPAN.
Spasiba.
Did we do it?
She's 17 hours.
Oh, that was yesterday. That was okay. We're in yesterday now, and here's Carly's PayPal.
Yeah, yesterday.
Get out there and do it. That is Carly. All right, Boomerang. Jesse's been bringing it.
Jesse is so red pilling. Oh my goodness.
Dude, he's watching. He's watching you. He's
You
watching
know he
us.
is.
You know it. Shep Smith is a douche nozzle. That's the understatement of the year.
Second that. And he knows it.
Look at here. Our
Right.
country. He's the gardener. No, keep going. The Dems are maniacs. This is a really good speech. You guys should watch this. Healthcare. Lock her up moment. Is that it? I should be retired. That's the one.
Okay, here we
I
go.
should be retired.
Retiring with you.
But
I
he
should
didn't-
be in this audience clapping. But I didn't trust anybody to be standing here because I know what you have.
God bless
Look
you.
at that.
Look at that.
Wow.
And that was at the Villages in Florida. Yep.
Look, they all stood up.
4 more years.
Oh, I got goosebumps.
Me too. Look at all these
Thank you very
boomers.
much. It's true. I didn't trust anybody. It's very important. And
It is very important because of this.
We're going to crush them in this next election.
153, Q Post 153 on November 14th, 2017, guys.
Almost 2 years ago,
And
for
look at-
anyone new paying attention to Q, that was a post from 2 years ago.
And let me point out that it's not just Democrats. It's also Rhino Republicans of the old guard. Okay. I just want to make sure people are clear. I mean, we know about the Bohemian Grove. They worship a 40-foot stone owl called Moloch. They sacrifice the cremation of care, which is an effigy, quote unquote, in the redwood forest of a child. So guys, I mean, this is no joke. This is CEOs that go there. Newt Gingrich has been there, actually, believe it or not. Nixon. I mean, just the list goes on and on and on and on and on. Shady, any comment?
It definitely goes on and on and on. And this is, this is a little bit of the introduction to say, hey, we have come to the catharsis over centuries that this is no longer okay or good or acceptable. And we have a guy in the White House that's actually standing up for us, for a change. And that is that is something that I don't think any of us expected.
No,
really.
No,
I mean,
absolutely
to be fighting for us this hard, to be fighting against them this consistently and this aggressively.
Yeah,
it's just amazing.
So this
Well, we're
show
fighting
is
pure evil.
This show is packed full of Q proofs, guys. Packed full of Q proofs. I mean, this is absolutely amazing. Also, I wanted to highlight this right here. General Flynn, obviously, there's a new article on my Twitter. We'll get to that. And then we're going to go ahead and I wanted to play something really quick. Here it is. This is it right here. It's true. New evidence shows Mueller gang threatened General Flynn's son, forced the general to sacrifice himself or see his son destroyed. I mean, can you imagine that? That's via the Gateway Pundit right there.
That's why he made a guilty plea.
That's why. That's exactly why. That's exactly why. And
that's why whenever this case ends and this judge throws this out of court, you are going to see something from this man like I don't think you've ever seen from another American.
We're going to see this.
Get busy and keep going until we do what needs to be done. I am saying impeach 45. Impeach 45.
That's what we're going to do right there.
And your mother is voting for Trump. She's voting for Trump.
Yes. Yes. So what do you think about that, Carly?
Oh, that's great.
Carly, you've been doing an amazing job. We're going to go ahead and flip it over to JT Wild. JT, Shady, what do you guys have to say about this song, man?
Wow. Well, hey, open up the description. I put the lyrics in there. And I believe I did. There's some, yeah. And I mean, I'd love people to check out the lyrics. I mean, we could watch those while instead
We
of
have
watching
been
the
blinded
video.
by the lies. We have been living to survive. Oh my God. When will we walk away? Right? All right, here we go.
man.
JT Wild. Shady, what do you think about it? You've heard it. What do you think?
I think that everybody out there is getting ready to get really excited, guys. Hold on to your hats for this one.
All right, guys, pump it up, pump it up. You're only going to see this on the Matrixxx Groove Hour for now.
Digital Soldiers, JT Wild, live in the house, fired up.
question will be redeemed. The sacrifice they make won't be in vain. The fight for freedom is all that remains. And to tell a people's story and make it right again. The storm is getting closer. We are the digital soldiers. The needless wars are over. We are the digital soldiers. We will bring the light to this field of fight. We have been blinded by the lies. We've been living to survive. They will steal and make you pay. When will we walk away? They want you dead before your time. They want you watching while you die. Just live to fight another day. It's time to walk away. The storm is getting closer. We are the digital soldiers. Needless wars are over. We are the digital soldiers. The storm is getting closer. We are the digital soldiers. We are the digital soldiers. We are the digital soldiers. We will bring the fight. The digital soldiers. We will bring the light to this field of fight. We are the digital soldiers.
Boom.
As a soldier and as a general, as a retired general, we have an army of digital soldiers. What we are now, what we call, I call them, because this was an insurgency, folks. This was run like an insurgency. This was irregular warfare at its finest in politics. And that story will continue to be told here. But we have what we call citizen journalists. Okay? Because the journalists that we have in our media did a disservice to themselves, actually more than they did to this country. They did a disservice to themselves because they displayed an arrogance that is unprecedented. And so the American people decided to take over the idea of information. They took over the idea of information, and they did it through social media.
Oh, it's so amazing.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Thanks, brother. Thank you, man.
It's amazing. I'm in awe. I'm in awe.
Oh, thanks, Carly.
Knocked
Thanks.
it out of the park. Wow. Wow, guys.
This is my favorite style of music.
Yeah.
I'm a rocker. It's my favorite style of music. I'm a rocker at heart. I was in a Zeppelin cover band, for crying out loud. This is like, rah! I was like, yes!
It gets you pumped up, doesn't it?
Oh, I'm so pumped. It's like it's coming back. The real music is back. God bless you, JT. God bless you.
That's right. That's the kind of excitement we're looking for.
That's it. Shady, man. Oh, my God. So, guys, this is an album that will be coming out hopefully by the end of the year. JT is going to shoot for a couple of dates. We're not going to say the dates yet because that way he'll have to do it. But he's going to do it, and he's going to choose the date that he wants. But he is going to try to get this out before the end of the year. I feel like it's my project too, JT, because I'm standing with you. We are with you, my friend.
All of you, yeah, Shady, all of you guys, man.
You are
It's
an
just
amazing
like,
artist. You and
love
Carly
you guys.
both. We have the best artists right here on this show today.
Yeah, definitely, man. I can't wait to produce Carly's album. That would be awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. And so
I am so ready, dude. I am so ready.
she needs to get down here to Florida though somehow.
We need to start a fund for that.
Yeah.
Because we could do some unbelievable stuff with this producer. So
I can pick her up and from PBI and drive her up to Augustine, so I know how to do it. Let me know.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, guys. Guys, last words. JT, start with you. Last words for today.
Hey, man, I love you guys. This was a great, informative show. It was really powerful show. Just for me, even witnessing it here. If we play that again, man, put the lyrics up. I want people to see those lyrics. But I love you guys, and let's rock this into 2020, baby.
Let's do it.
This.
Let's do it. JT, thank you for coming today. Go ahead. By the way, Joe Flynn loves this song, by the way, too. We talked about it yesterday. If you did not see yesterday's show, Joe Flynn yesterday, make sure you see it. It's amazing. Carly.
He was a big part of this song, yeah.
Yes, he was. Carly.
Oh, JT's got me so pumped. Oh, my goodness. I love you guys. I'm enjoying doing the scope. You know what? I am so pumped. I think I have to bring Carlushka on tonight, 6:00.
Nice. We will see you on Periscope.
So pumped.
We'll see you on Periscope.
Yes.
Make sure you get Carly's PayPal, Patreon. Help her out. Buy her album, guys. She needs our help, guys. She is an amazing patriot, and she is working very, very hard. Very hard. Shady, last words, my friend.
Everyone out there, thanks so much for coming to this conversation. The conversation is so much bigger than Q. It's so much bigger than any of us. The conversation is about healing, and the conversation is about finding a way forward that is a bright future. We're not going to engineer destruction any longer. We're going to turn this ship around, and we're going to need as many people as possible on our flank to help us here. So much love to all of the Anons out there. JT, amazing work, my friend. I have no idea how to explain to you how your art inspires me, but it goes back a long time in my life now, over a year since me and you met, and we started our glorious friendship, buddy. And I tell you something, man, you've got something special, and I really appreciate you spending the time here with us and sharing it. It's an amazing moment to be alive.
Amen.
And Carly, you are doing.
I love you, brother.
Yes, sir. And Carly, you're doing an amazing job as well. And your show is really going to take off. I'm telling you, keep it up. So beautiful to see this many patriots coming around and standing up for this wonderful country that we have, especially for 1020, guys. And with that, I'm Matrixxx. Yeah. I'm jumping out. I'm going to get out before you do, and then we're ahead of everybody else. So much love, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend out there. It's Friday.
And here we go, guys. JT Wild, Digital Soldiers, The Field of Fight. Here it is with the words. JT, take it. Walk away! Yeah. Get it, guys. Much love to you all.
Will be redeemed. Sacrifice they make won't be in vain. The fight for freedom is all that remains. And to tell the people's story and make it right again. The storm is getting closer. We are the digital soldiers. The needless wars are over. We are the digital soldiers. We will bring the light to this field. soldiers. Needless wars are